morning children. Let us continue with the lesson now. So already you have learnt about how these rocks are formed, isn't it? So you have learnt about the obsidian rocks. What is this obsidian rocks? When the lava comes out, immediately what happens? It gets cooled down. And when it cools, what happens? It forms layer like stones. And then a layer like, on the stone itself you find that layer like, and it is glassy and shiny. And it is dark colored, isn't it? So now let us continue. The edges of obsidian rocks are very hard. So the edge if you take, it is very hard. Hence these are used to make cutting tools. To cut the tools, Tools are also very hard, isn't it? So to cut the tools, this is used because this is more harder that is. So that is about the obsidian rock. Now coming to pumice. So pumice is another rock formed when lava cools quickly above the ground. Same like obsidian. This also what happens? When lava comes out and quickly what happens? It starts cooling down. When it cools down, then this pumice is formed. Pumice is also a type of rock it is. You would have heard of soapstone. Normally in the houses and all, they use this soapstone. See this one. That is only pumice. This rock has many small holes which are formed when the gases trapped inside release during its formation. So what happened? In this rock there will be small holes will be there. What are these holes? See, when it has come out, the lava has come out, what happens? There will be some air will be filled in this. Gas will be filled in this. So what happens? There will bubbles will be. It will be like bubbles. Okay. So that is the meaning here. You see, this rock has many small holes which are formed when the gases trapped inside release during its formation. So, which is trapped, the gases will be trapped, that will start getting released down. So, like that, you can see that air pores. Okay. So, the gas is trapped inside release during its formation. So, pumice powder is used by dentists. So, this powder, they make this rocks into powder, and that powder is used by dentists. Dentist means the doctors who take care of the teeth are called as dentists. So, this powder is used by dentists for polishing our teeth. For polishing the teeth, they use this pumice powder. They are also used as body scrubbers. I told you, like soapstones. They use, now I are using some scrubbers, like that. This pumice stone is also used for scrubbing the body. Okay, so like a soapstone, or we call it as body scrubbers. Coming to sedimentary rocks. Pebbles means small stones, smooth stones. Pebbles, sand and mud are called sediments. So this pebbles means stones. Sand and mud are called sediments. Sediments are formed when older rocks break down due to the action of water and wind. So how this sedimentation is formed? When there are old rocks, from so many thousands of years that rocks will be there, they start breaking. How they break? Because of the action of water, means when there is heavy rainfall and when there is flow of water and when the wind blows. When wind blows, that time what happens? These older rocks will start breaking down. It breaks. Understood? And that time they form this sedimentary rocks here. Sediments are carried by wind and water. So how they are carried? They are carried by wind and water to rivers, lakes and seas. So they are carried to the water resources where they settle at the bottom of water sources. So what happens? These sediments, the mud particles, the stone particles and all will be carried by wind and water. And where are they deposited? They are deposited in the water resources. The sediments are brought to the seashore. So from there what happens? It will come to the seashore either by flowing water. You can see the wave-like structures when they come in the sea. If you see, there will be so many wave-like things. So that time they carry all these things. So that sediments are brought to the seashore either by flowing water or by floating ice. By flowing water or by floating ice, big blocks of ice. When they move, what is going to happen? They carry these sediments also along with them. They are deposited in layers. So what happens? After coming to the seashore, what happens? They are deposited in layer form. With time, fresh layers of sediments are piled. So slowly, what happens? The fresh layers, the bottom layers will be old old ones, new layer will come and start depositing on the old layer. Again what happens, that becomes old, new layer will come and deposit on that, and again that becomes older. Like that it goes on depositing. Okay. So they are deposited in layers. With time, fresh layers of sediment. So old ones will go, new ones will come. Again that will become old, new ones will come. That only. With time, fresh layers of sediments are piled. Piled means just depositing one above the other. Fresh layers of sediments are piled over the previous ones. On old one, new ones will come. That only. The weight of the top layers presses down the lower layers and eventually sedimentary rocks are formed. So what happened to the weight of the top layers? When new layers come now, it is going to press the bottom layer. Again new one comes, that will be pressing the one more layer. Like that what happens when new ones come, old ones will be getting pressed. So the weight of the top layers presses down the lower layers and eventually sedimentary rocks are formed. Understood? New layers will come and go on pressing the old ones. Like that what happens, the sedimentary rocks are formed. The layers in sedimentary rocks are cemented together by minerals. So what happens? The layers are there now, so they are also carrying the minerals. So the minerals go on depositing on that. Let us study about the various types of sedimentary rocks. So now let us see about the types of sedimentary rocks. Sandstone. See, look at this. Sandstone. Sandstone is a common sedimentary rock. So this sandstone is a very common sedimentary rock. It is made of small grains of quartz mineral. So there is a mineral called quartz. So that deposition you can see on the sandstone. Yeah, grains of quartz mineral. It is yellow, brown, red or pink in color. So this sandstone can be of various colors like yellow, brown, red or pink. It is mostly used for making buildings. So sandstone is used for construction of buildings, for making buildings. The Red Fort in Delhi is made of red sandstone. You have seen no Red Fort, especially during the national festivals like Independence Day and Republic Day and all that happen. The Prime Minister go and hoist the flag there. Our national flag will be hoisted no, on Red Fort. So that Red Fort also is made up of what? Red sandstone. Coming to shale. Shale is a rock made of clay and mud particles. So shale, it is a rock. With what it is made? It is made of clay. Clay, all of you have seen clay, no? Small children and all play clay, no? They make some dolls and other things. So that is clay. JD Manu. Okay. So shale is rock made up of clay and mud particles. It is used to make tiles and bricks. Tiles and bricks because it contains clay. As it contains clay, they are used to make bricks and tiles. Coming to limestone, Sunnakallu. So limestone is a rock made of a mineral called calcite. So what is more present there? It is the presence of calcite forms the limestone. Okay, limestone is a rock made of a mineral called calcite. Calcite mostly comes from the shells and skeletons of tiny sea creatures. So how do you get that calcite? Calcium is more rich in seafood, they say, isn't it? So this calcite mostly comes from the shells. You have seen this crois, that is cowday, shanka, you know, no? So that all these things, and then this molluscans means what you call it as kapechipu, those type of things. They are all having shells. And snail, they have got shell. Then there are so many other things like nautilus, that is also a shelled creature it is. So all these shells, from the shells they make this limestone. See here, calcite mostly comes from the shells and skeletons of tiny sea creatures which is present in the sea. The organisms which are present in the sea. So what happens? See, calcite mostly comes from the shells and skeletons of tiny sea creatures, means you are getting this calcite from where? From the organisms which are present in the sea. That small organisms are present in the sea, where they have got the skeleton or they will have some shells on their body. So with that only they make this calcite. So chalk form of limestone. The chalk what we use, no, that is also form of limestone only. So limestone is used for making bricks. See what all we are using limestone? It is for making bricks, glass and lime. Sunna. Lime is sunna here. Understood? So for making bricks, ittige, for making glass and for making lime, they use the limestone. While calcite is present in that. It is also used for separating pure metals from their ores. So pure metals, now for example gold, silver, copper, all these are the pure metals. But where are they present? They are present in the ores, so means they are in the stone form. Okay, from there it has to be taken out, you know. So they are used to see. It is also used for separating pure metals from their ores. Did you understand? So let me stop it here, children. We will continue in the next class. Thank you.